Hi, this is Gary with MacMost.com. In this episode, let me show you how to use the new profile feature in Messages to send a custom photo or Animoji and a name to anybody you're messaging with. MacMost is brought to you thanks to a great group of supporters. Go to MacMost.com/Patreon. There you could read about the Patreon campaign, join us, and get exclusive content. So a new feature in iOS 13 allows you to create a custom photo and name that you could send to people while you're messaging to them. So instead of them just getting a phone number or email address and having to go and create a contact based on that, they'll get an image and a name from you and they could very easily create a contact. The easiest way to do this is to go into the Messages app. The first time you go into Messages after updating to iOS 13, you're going to see a screen like this. Use Choose Name and Photo to set this up right now, and you go through a series of screens that are a little different than what you'll see later on. You can flip through some existing Animoji and images you've used before and your initials, and you also can go to Display Name there and change your first and last name. Tap View More and you have lots of options. You can choose to take a picture with the camera. You can choose to select a picture from your photo library. You can just use your initials. You can select one of Apple's Animoji characters, or you can use the plus button to make your own. Choose to make your own, then you're going to go through a whole series of screens where you get to pick all the different aspects of your Animoji. It takes a couple of minutes, so I'll speed it up here. You pick your hairstyle, your skin tone, eyes, nose, mouth, all sorts of different aspects to create your unique Animoji character. Then when you're done, you'll be back at this screen where you can edit your name and then hit Continue. Then you'll be asked if you want to use this photo everywhere, which means it not only will be used for Messages here but also in your Contacts app and in other places where a little icon is needed for your ID. So you'll even see it on your Mac in System Preferences now since iCloud will sync all of that. Then you have two options. You could have this image and name automatically sent to anybody you're messaging with that's in your contacts already. Otherwise, if they're not, it will ask you whether or not you want to send the image and name to that person you're messaging with. If you choose the other option, it will always ask you whether or not the person's in your contacts. Now if you've already been in the Messages app and you've dismissed this, or you want to go back later and change things, you can do that as well. You can tap the three dots button at the top of the Messages app and then go to Edit, Name, and Photo. And this takes you to this screen here. So here is just what it looks like if you haven't set anything up yet. So you can go to Edit and you get to the same screen here where you can change the photo to whatever it is you want or add an Animoji. On the previous screen you saw where you could set your name there as well. Each time you go in and make a change, you'll be prompted again to whether or not you want to use this photo and name everywhere. So you could always kind of reissue that across iCloud to all of your devices. Also, if you like, you can just go into the Settings app and there go to Messages, and in Messages go to Share Name and Photo, and you can get to all of this stuff there. Alright, so that's how you set it up. Now how does it actually work? Well, it works when you're messaging with somebody who is also using iMessages. So it's not going to work with somebody who's using SMS because of course the mobile phone companies, they don't support this kind of advanced functionality with text messages. They're just simple text messages. But if you're using iMessage with anybody, then you can send them your picture and name. What's it look like in action? Well, here I am starting a new conversation with a demo account, and I'm going to start the conversation here and send it to another device. Now, this other device, I'm going to have to not only send something, but they're going to have to respond. And when that happens, then at the top you see I get the Share Your Name and Photo option there, and there's a share link that I could tap, or an X I could tap to dismiss it. Now of course it also depends on whether or not you chose to automatically share with your contacts. If you did and this is a contact that you're talking to, then you don't have to tap that share button. But if it's not a contact or you chose to have it ask you every time, then you have to tap that share button to send your photo and name. On the other end of things, here's the iPad I was using as the other user, and you can see here that the photo and the name appear, but the word maybe appears next to the name. Tap the person's icon at the top of the screen and then tap Info. Then I'll go to this detail screen. I can then tap the person's name and I go to a screen here where it has Create New Contact. I can use Create New Contact now to make a contact with that name. their email address or phone number was ever used to message, and of course it uses that photo as well. So it makes it really easy to create a contact, and now that maybe is gone from the Messages app. So this is useful because it makes it easier to set up a contact with somebody when you're messaging with them. And also it helps to make sure that your contacts have a good contact for you where your name is spelled right. And also it's great to be able to use an Animoji instead of a photo because there are a lot of us that are never really happy with the photo that we're using for our contact. And it's just kind of fun. I publish new tutorials every weekday. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. Then hit the little bell icon to get notifications for each new tutorial.